Hey, it's 9 News meteorologist Cory Reppenhagen out here in the building heat in North Arvada. You can tell that there's been a weather pattern change because that daily barrage of monsoon storms in the mountains has come to an end. It'll stay that way today and tomorrow, maybe a little bit of a return on Sunday, but we'll be talking about that high heat. Take a look at the numbers from yesterday. I like to take a look and see how the results from the rainstorms that happened on Thursday. So we got some pretty decent numbers, even in the Denver metro area this time. Louisville picking up nearly a ½ inch. Denver International Airport got more than a ½ inch of rain. They got hit by one of those thunderstorms finally. That's the most rain there since, well, in more than a month. June 1st was the last time we got more than a ½ inch of moisture there. Brighton picking up a little bit of decent moisture as well. So it was a decent shot. Not everybody in the metro got some rain, measurable rain, but there were some good numbers. Now for today, things are going to look a lot different here as we put the computer forecast model into motion. You can see, focus first on the mountains and the western slope there. It seems like there's been a daily barrage by about noon of numerous thunderstorms powered by the monsoon covering the mountains, and that will not be the case today, and that will not be the case on Saturday as well. So might be a good opportunity to avoid that heat down here and get up above 9,000 feet, do some hiking with that limited chance of lightning. And then you see not a lot of action here on the Front Range. You'll notice that the storms try to build up in the area, may even sprinkle along the Front Range over the next hour or two, maybe 3 hours, but we're not going to be able to get too much action out of it. I wouldn't be surprised if nowhere on the Front Range gets measurable amount of precipitation. And then by 6:30, those storms head out towards the eastern plains, and really there is an opportunity there for some severe weather because we have just enough convective energy in the air to get marginal levels. So we're talking about 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and hail up to about 1 inch. But those rainstorms out there on the eastern plains will, keep in mind, still be powered by that monsoon moisture, so we could get some significant rain in a short amount of time. And you see by 10 o'clock, those storms are still going. I think the biggest rain threat there from Kit Carson County all the way down to Baca County along the Kansas state line is where we're going to see some really big rain totals for today. But here on the Front Range, no action whatsoever. And then you see that everything kind of calms down on Saturday, and there's going to be no moisture literally everywhere in the state on Saturday. So the threat for the flash flood in the burn scars, we'll expect some limited flooding in the Cameron Peak burn scar for today, but not any of the other burn scars. And then Saturday and Sunday, the monsoon's going to be pretty much inactive, so we're not expecting too much activity in the burn scars coming up over the weekend. Now, we do have one flood alert, and that is a flood watch out there in Cheyenne County. Because of some of those storms that you notice there on the computer forecast model, slow moving, almost stationary, lots of rain falling all at once. Now the National Weather Service in Goodland, which handles Cheyenne County, put this watch out there because they feel that there's a high chance for some of those training thunderstorms to deliver quite a bit of moisture there along the area of Kit Carson and Cheyenne Wells in Cheyenne County. So that's something to watch for today. Here on the Front Range, lack of moisture, lack of clouds, but lots of sunshine and heat, and that means our air quality is going to go downwards, and that is because of ozone. Ozone is going to reach at least the unhealthy for sensitive groups category. Now, ozone is not a directly emitted pollutant, it's a secondary pollutant. So the solar radiation literally has a chemical reaction with the pollutants that we already have, like fumes from gasoline, burning gasoline, things like that in the industry that we have in the Front Range. And that interaction creates ozone, and it is very unhealthy to breathe. At least short term, we know that is very unhealthy for you. It does break down quickly once it's in your system, so the long-term effects are still out there. But you want to limit your exposure to breathing the ground level ozone on the Front Range the next few days. Here's the high the high temperature forecast for Saturday. And these numbers, you notice, really crank it up here along the Front Range. I think we'll get 100 here in Denver tomorrow and Sunday. Quite a few other areas around here will get 100. Hundreds out on the eastern plains. Even on the western slope, we're expecting some high heat. Grand Junction has a shot at 100 for several days. Friday, I think the forecast is 97. So could easily hit that 100 tomorrow, 102 on Sunday, and possibly 100 again on Monday. So if you're out there on the western slope, even out there in Arches National Monument out there in Moab, that's going to be several days of 100-degree temperatures. And look at some of the mountain high temperatures are going to be up there, maybe a good 20 degrees cooler than it is down on the Front Range, but still 84 in Granby, 83 in Vail. That's fairly significant heat for those parts of the mountains. So we're looking at some high heat, and this is the reason for that huge ridge of high pressure building in, kind of centered over the western and southwestern states. And some people sometimes call these heat domes because of the kind of the shape. The high pressure is kind of a ridge or a dome, and underneath that you get sinking air, and what that does is it warms and dries as it compresses and falls and sinks. And you also get this stability in the air, which creates a difficulty for air to rise up and cause thunderstorms and cool us off with clouds. So we're talking about a lot of heat and a lot of sunshine over the next 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can see that highlighted there on the 7-day forecast. There will be a storm system heading just to the north of Colorado on Monday. That may at least give us a cold front on Monday, which will drop our temperatures. I don't think we'll hit 90 on Monday. In fact, that 88 I think is pretty, still a little high. I think it might be closer to the low 80s on Monday as that cold front sweeps through. May even get a few thunderstorms out of that. Same thing on Tuesday. As the next ridge of high pressure starts to build in, at this point it doesn't look like it's going to be quite as bad as the one this weekend, but we could be looking at several days towards the end of next week into the weekend where we'll be in the middle to upper 90s here in the Denver metro area. So focus on that heat for Saturday and Sunday. Do what you can to stay cool. Head to the pool, head to the lake, head to the mountains where it's going to be significantly cooler, but just make sure you stay safe and stay cool this weekend.